times a day. And it probably has one of those aftermarket exhaust systems, but I'm almost sure that the person driving it, just like as they're changing gears or whatever, man, they gas that thing all the way to the floor. They're just like, whoa! Like, I mean, I know that's kind of loud, but it's like, whoa! And it shakes things in my house. I mean, like, it's that loud. And it can be obnoxious. Like, and I mean, I've seen the vehicle drive by. It's a nice car. I mean, it looks cool, and the exhaust, I think, done right, would sound good. But a person in that vehicle is just trying too hard. Like, they're trying to say, hey, look at my car, and instead of the car speaking for itself. I mean, they're like, hey, look at me, look, ma, like, pay attention, and instead of just driving down the road and catching people's eye because the vehicle drives well and looks nice. Traveling through life, driving down the road of life, so to speak, and not to grab attention of how beautiful and wonderful you are. I mean, I know, I'm beautiful and wonderful. But, I mean, I know that there's special things about us that make us really incredible. But some of us, man, we travel down the road and we want to rev the engine up, and we want to make a lot of noise because we want people to pay attention to us. We want people to notice us. And it ends up being an irritation to them, just like that person driving down the road and making all kinds of noise and rattling the frames on my wall is not making me want to look at that car in a nice way, but make me want to be frustrated, make me want to sneak out, get underneath the vehicle, take the exhaust off, put a new exhaust on, and then be on my way because it is just too loud and too obnoxious, especially at times of day and evening when I hear this person driving by. Through life making all kinds of noise? Are there people around you traveling through life trying to make all kinds of noise? I mean, are they waving their hands up in the air saying, pay attention to me, in all the wrong ways? Are they just shouting about saying, I need support, like, help? Like in a way that really deters people and causes them to run off. Are you that person? Are you chasing people away because your pleas in desperation are more of a nuisance and frustration than they are sincere and real? Confronting your own emotions and telling people around you that you're really struggling and you really need help, as opposed to making all kinds of noise to get attention. This culture, this world that we live in, this country that we live in, man, it's chaotic. There's always something going on. There's always something moving. There's always somebody doing something. There's always something fighting for our attention. And sometimes we feel like we got to make a lot of noise if someone's going to pay attention to us and care about us and support us. But we don't got to do that. We simply got to walk into their lives and say, okay, hey, I could really use some help. I could really use some support. I could really use some love. I could really use some compassion and care. Not running around making a bunch of noise trying to grab people's attention. Now, like, just being real with you, okay? It may be noisy, irritating, and frustrating, but sometimes when people coming through our lives that are making a lot of noise like that, they genuinely, really, really, really need help. And by no means am I telling you to ignore people that are struggling like that. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying, hey, that person's obnoxious and irritating, just walk away, because some of the most obnoxious and irritating people in the moment are the people that are experiencing the most pain within. I mean, like, sometimes all you have left because of things being inside of you that are so agonizing, so overwhelming, so depressing, is just to shout in the most terrifying, horrific, yet obnoxious way possible. Like, turn to somebody and help them if that's them. Turn to somebody and ease their sorrow. Turn to somebody and tell them about Jesus. Tell them about his love. Tell them about what he wants to do in their lives. Tell them about how he's drawing them closer to him and how he has great, amazing, wonderful grace, mercy, affection, and love for their lives, that he wants to draw them out of that pain. Making all that noise. Simmer down. Quiet down. Don't be so agitated and agitating. Like, just be real about it and support others and help them understand. Look, you don't got to make all that noise. You don't have to make it all that dramatic. You don't have to make it flamboyant like this. Like, just come to me and say, hey, I need some help. I need some support. I need some love. I need some affection. I need some care. I need that God that you're praying to be there for me. And you can do that. You can introduce Jesus to the situation and watch how everything is transformed and changed and different. Guys, I love you so much, and I tell you these things because I know that it is so critical for you to find this kind of peace. This kind of peace. Stop revving the engine. Stop making a muffler make noise. Go to people. Tell them how you feel. Tell them what you need. And when you hear others doing the same, go to them and say, hey, you don't need to make all that noise. Jesus loves you. Be blessed, guys.